told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
Hi everyone, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending where you're watching me from. Still remain your girl, Eunice. Hope you're all doing well. We have a very important discussion today. So congratulations if you have got your visa to come to the UK. Congratulations if you have received your visa. So today we are going to be talking about what are the things that you need to do as soon as you enter the UK. So what are the things that you need to do as soon as you enter the UK? First of all, when you enter the UK, accommodation is number one. You really need to get accommodation. I always advise people that as soon as you enter the UK, you will see people who will give you information that is 100% okay. What I always advise people is that when you have somebody who is giving you information, always remember to check certain information online, because you see certain website, for example, things about your visa. You can always check on UK immigration website. You can get more information because it's always updated. So one of the things you need to do as soon as you enter, as I said, is renting a house. Of course, renting a house is one of the things you have to do because you need a place to stay. So there's what we call Airbnb here in the UK. Airbnb is a temporary accommodation that you can easily get as soon as you enter the UK. You can stay temporary in this accommodation before you can get a permanent place to stay. So it's either you get Airbnb or you get what we call service accommodation. So these are temporary accommodation that you can easily get as soon as you enter the UK before you find your permanent residence. So the next day, you can then, if you're coming to work, you can then go to your workplace to report. Or if you're coming to study, you can as well go to your school to report. So accommodation is really important. Make sure you can start the journey of accommodation from back home. If you have somebody here, you can start it from home. They can help you secure accommodation, especially when you're coming with children. You don't want to come to the UK and you're stranded. So you want to have somebody who can help you with accommodation. But if you don't have anybody, you don't have to worry. Just come in. As soon as you land in the airport, ask anybody there's always Wi-Fi in the airport. So you can connect with your Wi-Fi. You can search information. You can search Airbnb near the airport, or Airbnb near my location, or Airbnb near the area that you're going to be staying. So this is a temporary accommodation until you then be able to rent a proper accommodation. So accommodation is very important. So the second one is going to collect your BRP. So BRP means biometric resident permit. So this is your visa. So when you were issued your visa, you will see that on the letter, you will be told where you're going to be collecting this visa. So as soon as you come in, if you're a student or if you're coming into work, definitely you have to go to the post office to collect your BRP, especially for those who are working. So when you collect this shows your status in the UK. So as I say, BRP stands for Biometric Resident Permit. So this gives you access to job. This gives you access to school. If you're coming to school here, this define your status. So the second one, you have to register with a doctor. So registering with a doctor is called GP here. So GP is general practitioner. So you have to search Google to look for the local GP in your area. So GP is a general practitioner. If it's back home, we say it's a family doctor. So you must register with the GP. Your GP is your first point of contact. It's your first point of contact when you're not well. Even if you go to the hospital, they will still ask you who is your GP and the address. So definitely you need a GP. Make sure you find a GP to register. As I said, always Google. Always search the website. Make Google your best friend, because you will search every information and Google will give it to you. So whatever information that you think you're not comfortable, whatever information that you think you really need to have, or you really need to get answers to, make sure you search the Google. So searching the Google, you get a lot of information. So another thing that you definitely need to do is getting a UK phone number. So you want to, stay connected with family. You want to stay connected to your loved ones. So you need to get a UK phone number. So again, search on the Google. So if you search on the Google, you can say network around me. Like, for example, in Nigeria, we have like MTN, we have like Glo. In UK, we have a lot of them. We have EE, we have O2, we have Labara. So there are a lot of them. Again, if you search such information, you can simply put on the Google network in the UK, or network I can use as a phone number in the UK. It will all pop out. So you can choose, you can read about them, and then you can choose any line. So SIM card is free here. You just get one slot on your phone, and then you're ready to go. You put the credit, and then you're ready to go. So another thing that you need to do is open a bank account. Of course, if you're coming to work, you want a place where your salary will be going to. Even if you're a student, you still need a bank account, because definitely you need to run your day-to-day transactions. So bank account is very, very important. And remember, when you're opening a bank account, there are certain things or certain documents that you need to go with. So that's why our first point today is about accommodation. So as soon as you sort accommodation, your permanent address, then of course the bank will ask you to bring your proof of address. So when you get accommodation, they want to know where you live. You need to bring your Nigerian passport with you, and also you need to bring your visa, which is your BRP. So these are the three things that you need to take as soon as when you're going to open a bank account. So again, there are so many banks you can open in the UK. There are so many of them online, then so many of them on the high street. High street is like a town, like a bank in the town. So it's either you open open a bank account via online, or you go to the main bank to open. So there's no difference. So it's up to you if you want to run your bank account online, or if you want to run it via from the main bank within the town center. So bank account is very important. Opening a bank account is very, very important. And also you make sure that you're being careful when you with the transaction and the amount of money that goes into your account, because UK is such a place that you are very, very careful when doing transactions. So opening a bank account should be an account that you run like day-to-day transaction, for example, your salary or any other money that maybe for upkeep. So yeah, bank account is very important. So another point is that you need to contact your local council, especially if you have children, that if you came in with children and you want them to enroll in education. So your first point of contact is your council. So in Nigeria, we call it the local government. So here we call it the council. Again, Google. So make Google your best friend, as I said. So you need to Google the council in my area. So you get you get the name of the council where you live. So you need to contact them, or if there's an email, you need to email them to tell them you arrived in the UK and you're looking for school for your children. So you have to go the process with them. Then they can, put you through on how to register your child in the school. So you might want to do a provisional driving license. It might not be 100% immediate, but some of us who, for example, if you're already driving in Nigeria, and then you want to, be a bit mobile while, trying to settle. So that means you really, really need to have a provisional driving license. So again, use the Google, because the Google is going to tell you how the process, the requirement of applying for provisional driving license. So another thing or another point that you have to consider while in the UK is registering with a local group. Every community you go, there's a local group. So ask people about local group in this area. You can also search in the Google. If you're from Igbo, for example, you might want to join your Igbo community. If you're from Yoruba, you might want to look for a Yoruba group. If you're from maybe Edo, so you must, join, you must see groups or group that you can join, because joining a group is very important, because as soon as you join the group, you introduce yourself that you're new, and then you see that, any question you asked, people will be able to support you. So another point, as soon as you enter the UK, maybe within 1 month you enter the UK, is you registering in the electoral roll. So register in the electoral roll to be part of the UK election. So this will give you access to vote when the election comes. So be part of your community. Be part of what is happening in your community. So register online. Again, you can Google. So make Google your best friend. So you can check online how to register on the electoral roll. If you're confused about registering, you call the council. The council, as I said, is like a local government, as we call it back home. So you call the local council. You can ask, you can tell them that you want to register, but you don't know how to go about it. They will put you through, and then they will tell you the process and then the requirement for you to register. And during the time for vote, you always vote. So what are the importance of registering on the electoral roll? So one of the importance, or one of the reasons why you should register, is that it's very, very good, because your information is already stored on the system. Even if you're looking for a job, or you're looking for something, or you're applying for something, your name is already on the system. And in the future, maybe you want to join the politics here, maybe you want to be part of the council, or maybe you want to be part of what is going on in the society, in a more higher way, then your system, your name is on the system already, and people already know your name is on the system. So it's a very important thing to do when you enter the UK. So generally, I've given you a few tips, and I've given you a few information that you need to do immediately you enter into the UK. So I hope the information helps, and I hope that you enjoy your stay here in the UK. Also, one thing I noticed about UK is that anybody you ask question here, they are very friendly. They answer it correctly. So be warned, as I said initially, the people you meet at the first time you enter the UK, sometimes may determine how you live your life. So every information you receive from anybody, try to search more, try to research more about the information. As I said, always stay positive and enjoy your stay. I still remain Eunice. Please share my video. Thank you. Bye.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.